Welcome back. This video will cover the categories and weighting options which are available with the points assignments. So this can be set up per class basis. Go to the class settings, which is on the top row with the chalkboard icon. And you'll see if you've selected the points options, you can have categories and weighting. So there's two choices. You can turn on categories, and this will let you have a category for each assignment. But the overall grade is still determined by the point value of each assignment. You can also choose to enable weighting, and this you can assign a weighting to certain categories. So let's say you want quizzes just to count 20% of the grade, tests a different percentage, no matter how many points are assigned or how many assignments are. So I'm going to leave that on, and then below here you can add your categories, and you can use up to 10 categories for each class. So I'll tap the Add Category button, and we'll set up, let's say, tests. I'll set up 3 categories here. I'll set up another one, let's say quiz. And then let's do the last one to be classwork. Again, if you're not using weighting, you don't need to assign a weighting, but since I did enable weighting, I should give a weighting number here, and I'm going to use tests as 50%, quizzes as 30%, and classwork as 20%. So you can use the weighting as a percent basis like I did, or you can also use relative weighting. So I could have set this up with tests equal to a weighting of 5, quizzes weighting of 3, and classwork a weighting of 2, and I'd still get the same results. Either way works. Okay, once I've done this, if you've already created assignments before enabling categories, then none of your assignments will have categories yet, so which is what I did. If I go back, I can now see that the grade below each student says NA. So even though I have a number of assignments, none of them have been assigned categories, so the app is not able to calculate a grade. So you need to go back and reassign categories. So in this case, let's say here I have lab number 1. Just tap on the assignment header, go to Edit, and now you can see there's a category option and it says Select Category. So I'll have to give this, I'll call lab classwork, let's say, and then save. And now you can see grades have started to be calculated. So you're going to need to go through each of your assignments and make sure you assign a category. If you go to the progress report of a student, you'll see that now next to the assignment title, before it appears, it also gives the category. So you can see a lot of these say no category, no category. So those are all the assignments we have to update. And then you'll also, if you click on the PDF report, you'll be able to get, let's see what this shows right now, view report. You also get a list of the current categories and what's the student's grade. Let me zoom in a bit there. So for each category. So here you can see classwork right now is weighted 20%, and the student has a 90% average in classwork. So if you use categories and weighting, you can also get a breakdown of the student's grade for each category. So maybe a student really has to work on quizzes a bit more or some other category. It makes it easy to identify. And then when adding new assignments, you'll see right away you have the option of selecting category right there. All right? So just be sure that you do go back and assign a category for each of the previous assignments if you haven't used categories and weighting. And yeah, that makes it really easy to identify where students need to focus and also how to make your class more equitable. If you give lots of homework assignments but only wanted to count 10% of the grade, you can now use weighting and very easily still limit the grade effect of homeworks or any other category. And then simply go back to the settings and assignments here, and you can go ahead and adjust that for each class. I hope you enjoy this new feature.